The pathologist who carried out the first post-mortem on the man who died during the G20 protest 3 years ago has been struck off the medical register. Freddy Patel said Ian Tomlinson had died of a heart attack, but further medical reports found he died from internal bleeding after being struck and pushed by a policeman. As June Kelly reports, a tribunal found Mr. Patel was both dishonest and incompetent.
For more than 30 years a pathologist, Freddy Patel's career has now ended in disgrace. He's been denounced as dishonest, unreliable and incompetent. A man said to have a closed mindset and an unwarranted confidence in his own abilities. He ruled that Ian Tomlinson had died of a heart attack during the G20 protests in London. When this footage came to light showing a police officer pushing Mr. Tomlinson, Freddy Patel refused to revise his opinion, even though he was contradicted by a number of experts who said the cause of death was internal bleeding. Today, Ian Tomlinson's widow, Julia, said, "We are pleased that he will not be able to put any more families through the ordeal he caused us, but the damage he has done can't now be undone." And one expert said that for years he'd been raising concerns about the now ex-doctor.
Essentially, he doesn't see the wood for the trees. He doesn't take the case scenario of the death and see whether the pathology, the autopsy, matches it. What he actually has been done, and many of us have known this for a long time, produces virtually the same cause of death in every case, irrespective of what happens.
In 2004, the Met Police raised concerns about 4 of his cases and stopped using him. In 2006, the Home Office said the pathologists had to work in a group practice. Freddy Patel was working alone, but lied and said he was in a group practice. In 2007, the National Policing Improvement Agency took over responsibility for the pathologist register. The Home Office didn't pass on the concerns over Patel because it was felt the issue had been dealt with. This area where Ian Tomlinson collapsed and died is covered by the City of London coroner, and it was the coroner who took the decision to ask Freddy Patel to carry out the post-mortem. But on that day, Freddy Patel wasn't on the rota of Home Office pathologists, so the post-mortem was done by a man who wasn't on the rota and who'd lied about his credentials. Today, the coroner said it would be inappropriate for him to comment. Meanwhile, the body, which now oversees the pathologist register, said procedures had been tightened up to prevent a repeat of the Freddy Patel disaster. June Kelly, BBC News.